Hey everybody. In this video, we're going to talk about inverses. So let's start off with the definition. What is an inverse? Okay, you know inverse operations and all that stuff, but here we're going to look about functions. So the inverse of a function is going to be when the independent and dependent variables are inverted or switched. Okay, so let's think about that. Switched. What does that mean? Okay, independent, dependent. What does that mean? All right, so you know the independent variable is usually the x. The dependent variable, that's your y. Okay, let's take a look at a couple of situations now. All right, so if we had a set of ordered pairs, again, let's think about this. Okay, we originally write them as x comma y, so now our inverses, we are going to write them as y comma x. Okay, now a little bit about notation. We've got f of x. So f inverse, okay, that to the negative, it looks like to the negative first power, okay, is the version that we use. It's the notation we use for inverses. So 5 comma 3, notice the x and y are inverted, okay, 8 comma negative 2, hang on, there's my parenthesis, 7 comma 0, and 0 comma negative 1. Notice all the values are the exact same, they're just in the reverse order. If this is the g function, okay, we can say that the inverse of g inverse, okay, is going to be where the x's and y's are inverted, okay? So instead of 1, negative 1, we're going to have negative 1, 1, negative 3, 2, negative 5, 3, negative 7, 4. Again, notice the exact same thing, exact same pairs, just inverted. Okay, now from a graph, okay, same idea. We're going to take all the x comma y's and we're going to write them as y comma x. Okay, so I'm not going to do this for all of them, okay, but I want you to think about what would that look like. All right, I've got 2 comma 8 and I've got negative 2 comma 8 just as a reference point. And same thing with 0 comma 4. So again, negative 2 comma 8, 2 comma 8, 0 comma 4. Okay, now you'll notice there's a gray diagonal line there. That is the equation y equals x. Okay, so if x equals y and y equals x, that's going to play a role. Now, sorry, just picking a good color here. Now, so again, 0 comma 4, when we invert that, that's going to show up as 4 comma 0. Okay, 2 comma 8 will become 8 comma 2. Negative 2 comma 8 will now become 8 comma negative 2. So what do you notice? Again, take a look. Okay, this curve is now going to be sideways. Okay, and it's going to look something like that. So notice the blue and the orange are a reflection across this line y equals x. That's why I had it there. Okay. All right, one more, and this one is going to take some time. So we've got the f function, g function. We're going to invert the two. We're going to use what we call algebra to do so. So now, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually give us a y. Okay, you know f of x function, big boy, big girl notation. I'm just going to write that as y. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I am going to invert those. Okay, I'm going to take the x and the y, and I am going to invert those. So x equals 3y plus 6. Okay, and now we want to get the new y all by itself. So we're going to solve for the new y. Okay, so subtract 6 on both sides, and we get x minus 6 equals 3y. Well, we got 3 times y, so we got to divide out the 3 now. Okay, and that leaves us with y equals whatever x is minus 6, and then divide by 3. So f inverse is going to be equal to x minus 6 all divided by 3. That's the inverse. Okay, let's do one more. Let's deal with the g function. All right, so again, same idea. Let's turn that into a y. Okay, now again, we want to get these two inverted, so x equals negative 1/2 times y minus 4. Okay, so I'm going to add 4 to both sides first. So again, whatever x is, we're going to add 4 to it. Okay, Now, instead of dividing by -1/2, some of you might remember that we have to multiply by the reciprocal. Okay, well, reciprocal, flip it. Okay, so to get rid of the times, or the divided by 2, we're going to multiply by -2. We're going to multiply by the 2. Okay, so when we multiply both sides by -2, okay, those cancel out, and we're left with y equals -2 times whatever x plus 4 is. If we want to distribute that, we totally can. It's not that big a deal right now. Okay, now, so that means, again, this was the g function, so g inverse is going to equal that -2 times x plus 4. And if we graphed both of these lines, they would be a reflection across the line y equals x. Okay, and we'll look at that eventually. All right, you guys, that was enough. Peace out. Talk to you tomorrow.